Hey YouTube, thanks for everybody checking out the video. This is a short video, hopefully short video, just showing where I'm at with the nitrous system. I know I showed the system, the kit, a few weeks, probably almost a month ago, probably. I don't know. Time has been going really super quick. It's been crazy, all this COVID-19 and everything else going on. Anyway, getting back on track here. You can see I got a bunch of junk in the trunk here, no pun intended. You can see the nitrous bottle, the hose, the braided hose. Um, Here are the brackets for the tank. I've started getting all the holes and everything punched into the car for the tank. What I did, as you can see here, I took a piece of cardboard and I made a template for the holes for the bracket. First I put the brackets on the tank about where I wanted them spaced, and then I set the whole tank with the brackets down and put it on the cardboard. And then as you can see here, I traced the bracket, the base of the bracket, the foot of the bracket, and then I marked the holes also inside where the holes need to go for the bolts. And I actually made this piece of cardboard the exact length of the tank, and if you see this end up here, I got it marked as valve, and that's about where the valve ends. So what I did by having this cardboard, I was able to lay that down into my trunk area here and kind of get a feel about where it should go, and mark the pulled back the carpeting, marked it with markers where all the holes were going to go, and then what I took was a punch, which I can't find at the moment. Here it is. You want some kind of a punch to make a dimple in the metal where you're going to drill. If you don't, what happens is your drill bit just kind of starts dancing around all over the sheet metal, and you scratch it all up and you never get the hole exactly where it's supposed to be. By doing that, dimpling the metal, the smallest drill bit, a small drill bit, will ride in that dimple and stay centered. And then once you punch that first hole out, you can proceed from there. What I opted to do after I punched the first hole, I took one of these step bits, made things a little quicker, and used that and drilled the holes through the trunk floor. You also, before you do this, you really got to look underneath, see what kind of obstacles or things you may be going to run into or drill through that you don't want to, i.e. your gas tank, gas lines, etc. So you got to do a little planning, a little bit of eyeballing underneath, which I've done before this procedure started. Now I have all the holes. I kind of did this afterwards. I didn't make a template for this, for the braided line to run through. But what I do have going through here, if I can pull this up, well, I'm not going to try to pull it up. It's kind of a pain. I got a rubber grommet going through the trunk floor so that this braid does not get chewed up on the edge, sharp edges of the metal. And that's another thing. When you punch these holes through with your drill, especially these uni bits, you're going to get some like shavings sticking off the hole. You might want to take a file, something like this, and go around and trim it all down, knock all that sharp stuff down, so that when you're under there installing the bolts and everything, you don't run one of those pieces of sharp metal into your finger or anything like that. Plus, it just makes the job look much better. Also, what I did is I took some paint, use whatever you have. This is some VHT roll bar and chassis paint. I sprayed through the holes underneath and the top side, just trying to prevent any rust if I can. Also, I have the bolts. These bolts were like way too long, but that was the best I could get. These are stainless, by the way. I opted for stainless hardware. I didn't want it to rust because this right here is right behind the rear wheel well. So it's going to get a lot of spray from the road and stuff, and if you use standard bolts, they're going to rust. So this will help in the future in case you need to remove anything. You're not going to have rusted bolts. I think it'll just look nicer. I'm also backing it up with some washers underneath to help take some of the strain off the sheet metal. And right now that's about where I am with this. I'm getting ready to have my son come out help me, because once I put the brackets in and set the bolts through, if I try to go underneath and reach up there to get the nut started on the bolt with the washer, I'm going to push it back up through the hole and I won't be able to get it. So I need this this part of the job. You probably want 2 people. So that's where I'm at right now. A little later on I'll include some more video of the electrical stuff that I've done. There's not much to show. I've got pretty much everything tied up and done out of the way. Speaking of electrical, I do have my 10 gauge wire back here for the tank heater, which I was planning on running the tank on this side, but because my inertia switch for the fuel pump is here and the airbags, which I don't run anymore anyway, I opted to go to this side, the passenger side, which also all my other fuel lines run on the passenger side, so I just thought it was better to run it on this side. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, that's where I'm at with this right now. I just figured I'd give you a few pointers, a few things to watch out for. I'm sure there's other videos that cover this maybe in a little more depth, but I think I've given you the basics for you to be able to do this. Oh, one other tip. This carpeting does not cut very well, and I guess I'm a little bit, I don't know, too fussy about what I do. But if you notice, the holes are all circular. They're not jagged, raggedy looking holes. And what I done, or what I did, is I took, this is like a brass casing from a spent bullet round. And what I did is I heated this casing up hot, and that's why I have the vice grips on here. You could probably do it with pliers too. Vice grips just, it locks it in place. I don't have to worry about it. But I heated this casing up, and what I did is I just set it through and let it burn through the carpeting. It melts the carpeting. It doesn't actually burn it, but it melts the carpeting. You have no frayed edges, so it's not going to unravel. It's not going to look really, you know, shabby. It just makes the job look more professional. You know, that's if you have, it doesn't have to be shell casing. It could be any, I don't know, a small piece of pipe or tubing or something. But this is very thin walled, so it went through the carpet very well. And I just heated it up with a propane torch. So that's another little tip. They'll help you out when you go to do this. If you're fussy and you want to make things look really nice, I mean, you know, if you're putting in an older car and you really don't care, you just want to get the nitrous in, you know, have at it, hack it away, and, you know, get it done. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that for right now. Like I said, I'll probably shoot some more video later, tack it onto this video. I'm already at about the 4.5 minute mark, so I'm going to wrap this up for today. Thanks for sticking with the video and checking out what I got going on. And we'll be back soon. Thank you.